Update on my stitches. They are very itchy and I'm kind of over it, but I'm getting them out tomorrow, so my hair is getting dangerously close to the afro stage again and I'm not excited. Back when I grew it out a lot, there was one video where I let it like curl up a lot and everyone said I looked like Danny McBride. Anywhooser, what is up guys? DenDenBMX here, and today we are finally going to be reviewing the Fellowship Blades Medusa. I almost said Medusa. I need to stop saying it. It's a problem at this point. Real quick, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support on all my videos. It truly does mean the world to me. As always, if you go on to enjoy this video, make sure you let me know and help out the video by leaving a like, leave a comment, share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Also, since I'm sponsored by them now, technically every Balisong video for the next year at least is going to be sponsored by Knife Pivot Lube. So if you want to get yourself some KPL oil or any of the other fantastic products KPL makes, go ahead and click the affiliate link down there in the bio. I think I'll leave it in the comments as well. And then also make sure you use code DenDenBMX at checkout. If you use that link and you use that code, you will get a discount and I will get a little bit of kickback from that, so you know. Let's get a little bit into the holiday spirit with this B-roll. You know, Medusa's a little creepy. And I also got some of these slow-mo lightning shots when I was out house sitting in the great Alaskan wilderness. And it looks like it's straight out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So the theme of this B-roll should be spooky. All right? B-roll.
Perfect.
Alright, so let's talk about the Fellowship Blades Medusa that I've had for like a year already. It hasn't been that long, but it kind of feels like that. I got this a while ago, back when I also got my custom replicant, and I wanted to review this Balisong a lot sooner than this. But right around that time also, a bunch of Amazon Balisong brands started just yeeting butterfly knives right at my big stupid face. So I had a bit more of an obligation to get those videos out right away. That is all said and done, and now we're going to be talking about the Medusa. I said it. I'm probably going to say it again. I got a problem. And I don't plan on fixing it. Oh shit. So the Fellowship Blades Medusa, all things considered, is a pretty simple Balisong. And it's made out of really good stuff. So it uses solid channel titanium handles, and it's some of the highest quality titanium mere mortal can get their hands on. Uses some very nice press fit Zen pins. This is a version 2 Medusa also. I know the V1s, at least very early on, sort of had a problem with the Zen pins, but I believe the dudes running Fellowship Blades have since fixed that. And the Zen pins that they use now are stiffer than a priest on Sunday morning. So this Balisong has a relatively simple handle design. It's one big solid cutout in the handles, and then there's a couple little brackets. The hardware that they use on this thing is also top of the line. These pivot screws, on top of looking really cool, work really well. Now I did get this Balisong used from a trade, and when I did get it, one of the handles was binding up a little bit, and it was binding up pretty bad, and I tried to get these pivot screws out and it didn't work. Like, these would not freaking move. I don't know if there's like a specific way they need to be unscrewed or something. Luckily the binding issue worked itself out and it has worked perfectly fine since. But yeah, the pivots aren't moving, and the bushings underneath those pivots are very well tuned. As of right now, there is not a visible amount of play. There's a tiny little bit in my fingers, but right now it kind of just looks like I'm moving it. And then of course with that little play, there is no tap to be heard whatsoever, which is also, I'm not trying to talk over it here. Yeah, you hear anything? I don't either. And then of course it uses bronze phosphorus washers, the industry standard. There's also some nice jimping down here, which is very effective. But other than that, this handle design is pretty simplistic, pretty basic, because they saved all the pizzazz of this Balisong for this blade. Like, holy hell, look at this thing. It is insane. Not only does it look insane, it's also made out of S35VN, which is one of the highest quality blade steels. The milling work on this blade is just art. It looks so good. It looks so clean. This blade design too just looks angry. Like, this blade shape rides the line between actually being badass and being so over the top that it looks like a 16-year-old boy drew it, but it rides that line This is one of the coolest blade shapes I've ever seen. It's right up there with the OG replicant and just your average kukri blade. And if you weren't already gonna notice by the fact that you would probably get cut, it does have a little bite handle indicator there too. I'd say the only downside to this blade is that the spine isn't crowned, and a Balisong at this price point I would kind of expect it to be, but it's not really that big of a problem at all. It's still really comfortable. I mean, if he does end up rounding future ones, that'd be really cool, but I'm not like losing any sleep over the fact that this spine isn't crowned. Another unique thing that Fellowship Blades offers is you can actually choose how sharp you want this thing to come. So Fellowship Blades offers that standard, like regular, normal Balisong sharpness, and then they also offer an unsharpened version if you would maybe want to sharpen it yourself, or maybe you just want the blade but have this thing essentially be a trainer, which is perfectly fine, by the way. Don't try and let any of these edgelord weirdos in the community try and make you think you're less of a flipper for not wanting to flip something sharp. So you can get the regular standard sharpness, you can get it unsharpened, and you can also get it like razor blade sharp, to where like if you look at it, you're gonna need stitches on your eyeballs and your butthole. Now another thing that I like about this Balisong is actually the price, which may confuse some people, but let me explain. I would consider this a grail status Balisong because it uses some of the highest quality materials, and as we'll get into here in a second, the flippability of this Balisong fucks quite hard. And a lot of the other more popular grail Balisongs today are usually like $750 and up from there, and this is only sold for $550. And if you let me do the math real quick, that is a lot less. And honestly, barring the Orca and the Seraph, this is probably my favorite titanium channel handle design. It's so clean, it's so simplistic, and then the blade just goes insano mode, and I love it. Let's actually go flip this thing. So I'm gonna use this old phone package to try and get across what I'm trying to say. Remember when we reviewed the Firefly, and I said my biggest thing about that Balisong that I didn't really like was the handle shape? So here would be like the face of the handle. So this would be the face of the handle. And so sideways, it'd be like this. So it feels kind of rectangular in your hands. The Medusa's handles, it's not this drastic. When you look at it, it's mostly square, but it's just a little bit wider on the faces of the handles and a little bit skinnier thickness-wise. And one would think that that would also hinder or alter or mess with the flippability of this Balisong, but it doesn't. This thing is one of, if not the best, full channel titanium handled Balisongs that I personally have ever flipped. I love the way this thing flips. It is a dream. It feels so good. It's honestly, it's up there and on par with my replicants. I love the way this thing flips, and I'm so glad I do, because I finally found a full channel titanium handled Balisong that I like 100% love. Because I flipped a decent amount of titanium handled Balisongs, and there's usually always something about them that I don't really like. With the Medusa, there is that weird handle geometry that it has, but it doesn't really bother me that much at all. I wouldn't even really call it a con. I just say it's something that's kind of weird and unique about this Balisong. I can do every trick that I know how to do on this Balisong with minimal effort. There isn't really anything that fights me on this Balisong when I'm flipping it. The jimping on this thing works very well. I didn't think it would because it's not very aggressive jimping. It's just kind of like a bunch of little lumps. There's no real like definitive edge in there. But since titanium is nowhere near as slippery as something like aluminum, that's perfect. It works. And it provides plenty of grip, and I do feel my fingers dig in it, and it works great. You would think that weird handle geometry would mess with choker fans, but it really doesn't. I can choker fan pretty effortlessly on this thing. Z chokers too feel pretty dang good on this Balisong. Feels very satisfying to catch them. Chaplains are pretty effortless on this thing. It really isn't trying to fly out of my hands at all, which can't be said for a lot of other Balisongs. But that gripped my finger really well. This Balisong is super easy to time for aerials. Parabolics of all kinds are effortless on it. This thing just flips so nice. Scissors feel pretty good. Let me see if I can get a double scissor. Let me get this double aerial first. Dang it. Oh. Dang it, man. Scissors are just that one trick that I can't get, like, consistent. That was kind of ugly. I don't even know if that was in frame. Let me see if I can get another one. That was half decent, I guess. Yeah, everything else feels so damn good on this Balisong. I really don't have any complaints flipping-wise for this Balisong. It's balanced very well. It's pretty neutral with a little bit of handle bias, which is my preferred type of weight distribution. It's a pretty big Balisong too, but it's not heavy. I really wouldn't call this thing heavy. I'd say it weighs around the same as my replicants. I just really like this thing. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, out of the grails that I've flipped, either that I've had it in my possession for an extended amount of time or that I've only gotten to flip for a few minutes, this one has definitely been my favorite. The Seraph was pretty cool, and I have not gotten to flip an Orca yet. I think the Orca may be able to top it, for me at least, just because I like that design so much. But when it comes to every other titanium handled Balisong that I've flipped, barring the replicants, of course, I don't really count those as like titanium handles because they have G10 on them. But any other like fully titanium handled Balisong that I've flipped, I don't like the way it flips as much as I like the way this thing flips. This is my new favorite full tie Balisong, and it's right up there with my OG replicant and my new custom replicant. So yeah, I really can't think of a good legitimate negative for this Balisong. So yeah, I am a big fan of the Medusa, and it is one of the best Balisongs that I've ever had the pleasure to twiddle around my fingers. Whew. Yeah, that's top tier Balisong for me. Like, that was weird. This has been my favorite like grail status Balisong that I flipped so far. I really have a lot of fun messing around with this thing. Overall rating, I'd probably give this thing a 9.7 out of 10. Quality of materials used on this Balisong is very good. The build quality on this thing is very good. It looks insane. It flips insane. It feels insane. And it's not insanely overpriced like a bunch of other Balisong grails. So yeah, huge shout out to Fellowship Blades for creating this Balisong and bringing it into the community. This thing is a gem, and I'm surprised that more people don't have one. And with that, I think we will conclude, I said that really weird, and I think with that, we will conclude the review and demo of the Fellowship Blades version 2 Medusa. Real quick before we go, I want to give a big shout out to the current channel members, Modern Balisong, Cosmic Steez, Benji, and Yannick Kaminsky. Those are the channel's current sugar daddies, and I cannot thank those dudes enough for the support. If you want to join them and see your name up there and get access to stuff like exclusive members only videos every now and then you can go ahead and go down there and join the channel membership. Tiers start as low as $3, but if that's too much of a commitment and you still want to contribute to the channel, you can also go down there and hit the super thanks button as well. But for everyone else, thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really appreciate that. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, once again, let me know. Help support the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Go follow me on Instagram at DenDenBMX. If you're going to buy a bottle of KPL or any of the other products they use my affiliate link and use the code DenDenBMX. And I think I am done being a tool. Shout out to Fellowship Blades for making the Medusa. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.